Hello everybody and welcome to Coincast, the official Quin's Coins podcast. Today we have sort of a mashup for an episode. I'm definitely planning on getting into some more concrete topics, but for today we're just going to be going over a little bit of news, what's going on with me and the channel, and just basically what we're going to be doing in the future. So we have a few topics today. So first we're going to start off with just some thank yous, just some general news on what's going on the channel. Then we're going to be going into a Coinquest update. So if you're unfamiliar, Coinquest was the series where I went through boxes of pennies in an attempt to fill up my penny collection, and we did really well there. I'm just going to be giving you a brief update on what's going on with that series, and then we'll move on to some news. I have sort of this thing going on where I am a member now in the ANA, which is the American Numismatic Association, so that's pretty exciting. And we're going to be talking about some videos that I might do with that, and then we're going to go ahead and get into a wrap-up. So why don't we first go ahead and just get right into the introduction. So first of all, like I said, this is going to be sort of a short episode today. Unfortunately, I can't film a full-length episode because actually what's going on right now in the city of Ann Arbor, this is where I live, they're doing a Michigan marching band drum camp. So in about 20 minutes here, they're going to be banging on the drums, and it's super loud, very difficult to film with. So that's sort of the reason why we can't get into something a little bit longer today. So, but I do have an episode planned out. I have it written. I'm ready to film it. It's just going to take probably an hour to film, and I can't get a quiet hour here with this drum camp going on. So hopefully that'll be for next week, and then you guys will enjoy that. We're actually going to be talking about what is the best denomination to coin roll hunt, and what is, the best and the worst coins to actually try and coin roll hunt. That's going to be a super exciting episode. I spent a lot of time writing it, but wasn't able to film it this weekend, unfortunately. So why don't we go ahead and get into the thank yous now. So what I want to say, first of all, guys, thank you so much. We just hit 15,000 subscribers on the Quin's Coins YouTube channel. That is super amazing. 15,000. I can't even fathom that amount of people. I just imagine packing that amount of people into a room and realizing that that's the kind of reach that I have every single day on YouTube. It's just unbelievable. Thank you guys so much for that. The support has been awesome recently. Really, really love to see that number and to see us as a community growing more and more. It's really cool to see that. Like I've said in past videos, I've been doing YouTube now for about 2.5 years. Actually more like 3 years, but 2.5 years ago is probably when I started uploading the coin videos, and they kind of stuck, so I was just sort of went with that, and that's where we are today. So it's been a wild ride. I've been having a ton of fun making these videos and hanging out with you guys, whether it be in live streams, in the comments on the YouTube videos, or just like making the videos and chatting with you guys like I am right now. It's been just an awesome ride, so thank you so much for that. Now into the Coinquest update. So we've done 8 boxes. I think it took about 10 episodes because some of the episodes had to get split up in half just because they were so long. Like the first episode took two videos just because we were filling up so much so quickly in the first episode. I am planning on doing one more episode to wrap up at least that section of the Coinquest videos, which is the first 8 boxes. I'm going to be going over exactly what we found in that 8 boxes, and just sort of giving you a look at the numbers, a little bit of the math behind what we've been able to accomplish. I think we've done a tremendous job with just 8 boxes. We were able to fill up a ton. So actually, just to give you a quick overview of what we were able to find before I actually do the official video, I'm just going to give you a brief overview now. So the 1959 up through 2018, those are going to be the most common coins that you find in the pennies. And I predicted that we would be able to fill in every single coin from there. Unfortunately, I was incorrect with that assumption. So there were 3 coins that we weren't able to find in that day range. And the first one was the 2009 Denver Presidency coin. So that is, the Presidency is the rarest of the 2009s, and in my area, I have a difficulty finding the Denver Mint coins. That's just has to do with where I am geographically. Then it turns out that there were a couple of coins that I pretty much didn't have a chance of finding anyway, just because they are pretty difficult to find. And the first one is the 1970s small date. Okay, so if you find one of those, it's actually going to be worth like 50 bucks, which is crazy. That's a very difficult coin to find. So 1970s small date. It's actually hard to find any 1970s at all. I think I only found 4 the 8 boxes that I went through, and they were all large dates. So that one's not worth a whole lot of money, but the small date, if you can find that, that's actually worth a little bit of money. And so I wasn't able to get that one. Hopefully we'll be able to get it in the future though. And then the other one that we weren't able to find was the 1960 small date. So that one's worth about $3 worth. I think, let me check the book here. If you find a 1960 small date in MS63, that would be worth $3. You're probably not going to find one like that in circulation though. And maybe just to correct myself here, I'm looking at the 1970S small date. Yeah, so MS65, that would be worth $55. If you were able to find one in standard circulated condition, I'm guessing it'd be maybe worth 10 or $20. But that's just sort of a rough guess. But still not a very easy coin to find. There's actually a kind of a distinction between easy to find and then actually worth something. And you know, we can get into that in another episode. But so those were the 3 coins that I was not able to find within the memorial cent range. Now getting into the wheat penny range, of course, that was super scattered. We found more than 50% of the 1940s and 1950 wheat pennies. I think we found about 60%. Like I said, we'll get into that in a later episode of Coinquest, but we did pretty well there, and actually a lot better than I thought. We weren't able to find any of the 1943 steel cents, unfortunately. Actually, I've never found any of those in a machine wrapped roll. I'm pretty sure that they get culled out. So that's sort of a coin that you pretty much, your only chance of finding one of those is probably going to be in the customer wrapped rolls. And I have found them in customer wrapped rolls before, but never in machine wrapped rolls. So fortunately, we're probably just not going to get any of those. Then moving on before the 1940s, like in the 1910s, 20s, and 30s, I think we found about, I don't know, 20% of those coins. Like I said, those are going to be the most difficult ones to find, just because they are so much older, and you know, they're just not in circulation. And I've actually also heard allegedly that during the World War II, they melted down a lot of copper pennies to actually conserve metal for the war efforts. So that might actually explain why there are so few 1910s, 20s, and 30s in circulation. Definitely the most difficult to find, but we were able to pull out some key dates in that range, so I was super happy with that. So what are we going to do with Coinquest? That's sort of been a topic of discussion, especially in the comment section on my last video. A lot of people were wondering what's going to happen to Coinquest, because obviously a lot of people on the channel don't want it to end. It's been a really fun series, and so my thoughts on it are this. I think I would be open to the idea of extending the series, maybe another 8 boxes even. Obviously, I'm not going to stop coin roll hunting pennies. They are one of my very favorite coins to coin roll hunt, and wouldn't stop it for the world. I'm doing it right now, actually. But yeah, so I'm going to keep coin roll hunting pennies. I could do another series with the pennies, or I could extend the Coinquest series. And I'm sort of leaning towards extending the Coinquest series just because we have this collection book here, and I don't want to stop filling it out. You know, we haven't really lost any momentum in filling this thing out. Like I said, we're almost through all of the modern stuff, and then it would probably just be wheat pennies after that. But we're still filling in holes every single episode. I mean, I'd probably want to keep going until there was a box that we didn't fill any in, which I think it would be a while before that happened. So yeah, I'm definitely open to the idea of extending the series. I know you guys have talked about wanting that. So let me know in the comments, either on the YouTube video or in the show notes of the iTunes podcast, or however that works on Spotify, if you think that we should extend that series, because I'd definitely be open to the idea of doing that. But yeah, so why don't we go ahead and get into the next topic. Oh, and before I get onto that, I just wanted to say that Nickel Coinquest is coming out soon. It might be a couple months before it comes out, but I'm planning it right now. I have to, like I said before, I have to create the placemat for that before I start the series, and I'm working on that right now. So it might be a little while before Nickel Coinquest comes out, but it is something that I do plan on doing. So the final topic that I wanted to touch on briefly today is the fact that I just recently joined the American Numismatic Association, and the #1 reason why I joined that association is because once you join, which is like $28 for a 1-year membership, and I'm not promoting them at all, I'm just telling you what I did, but they have a library that you gain access to once you become a member, and the idea was that I would get access to that library and then rent out this book called I think it's called the 1944 Counterfeit Nickel. Now this is something that I'm super interested in and I want to make a video on in the future. For some reason, this book is extremely hard to find. So if you actually have access to this book, I would love for you to get in contact with me, because I am having a very difficult time getting this book. Even after I went through all of the work, I became a member of the ANA, numerous emails back and forth with their library staff. I still was not able to get the book because they only have 3 copies, one of which is missing. And then the other 2 are out until I think August 6th or August 14th or something like that. So that is at the very earliest I will be able to get it August 14th, which is like a month away. So I'm sort of tired of waiting for it. And maybe there's other books in the library that I could check out, but it's just so weird because this book is extremely hard to get a hold of for some reason. But I'm sure that it has all of the best information on the 1944 Henning nickel, which was a counterfeit coin, which has an amazing story behind it, which I want to share with you guys either on a podcast or a video. And I got to get my hands on this book before I do that. So if you have any connections with the ANA library, or if you know where I can get this book, definitely let me know. I would love to get my hands on it. I've been trying for a while. But it is pretty cool, though, being a member of the ANA. They send you a little booklet here. You get access to all kinds of things, and I'll definitely be looking into that a little bit more in the future. But yeah, so that's sort of why I joined the ANA and what I'm hoping to get out of it. But anyways, guys, that is pretty much the end of this episode. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate all your support. Hopefully I can get these onto iTunes and Spotify soon. I'm actually going to be working on that today, and definitely want to get that out so you guys can listen on your commute to work, just listening in the car, maybe even listen just while you're going through boxes of coins. I'm not sure if you'd want to watch the video as well or just listen, but whatever you want to do, I want to be able to provide that for you. But once again, guys, thank you so much for watching and listening. My name is Quinn, and this is Quin's Coins signing out, and I will see you in the next one.